Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me! Take responsibility for yourself!
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen! Stop with the tasteless jokes!
She's so faux for it.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right? The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse.
Oh.
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
Oh yeah.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Oh. Weird.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong! The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Oh, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all! You're inhuman!
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from...
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
He's so angry that he
As
can't
long as you know what
explain.
an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
I see! If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
You know what?
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
What? Hold up. This is weird as heck. How y'all gonna do this? Where he was at, though. Not that. Alright.
Crap!
I ran out of time? Oh, jeez, I didn't see that. Where?
Crap! Crap!
In the middle?
Crap!
There's nothing else to pick from.
We will never give up!
Okay, this is weird. How do you pick somewhere that's... I gotta be dumb, right?
Crap!
Well, that was pointless.
We will never give up!
Don't see anything 8-sided. I lost track of time.
Crap! Here! You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Alright, that one was weird.
Why is that place the octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final Dead Room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learn?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Oh, I keep forgetting this always happens.
Hiya!
New bad word to call Mono. I can already tell they won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I get by me. Okay, whatever. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect Jetstream attack incorporating all three of these would be... Ta-da! Too fat.
Okay, everyone, all together now. Mon ami is a serious stupatly.
Okay.
Hello! I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Dude, okay, so, oh Jesus, alright. So, okay, it's weird. Strawberry and Grape House are not the way the map, like how we see it as. Like, one side there's Grape and one side there's Strawberry in between the two towers. Instead, Strawberry is on top of Grape House, so there's only one tower and then one building. It's just stacked. So where Nagito took a picture, but you missed it, so... It was at a high area, and I was like, what? We're on the first floor, so shouldn't we be on the first floor? Nope. We realized that the buildings are just stacked on each other. So it's one complete building, one complete tower. The floors of the towers, it's like an elevator. So the back doors that we're seeing are like just for show. So it's weird. It's really weird. If there's a picture or something that pops back up, maybe you'll understand from it. I don't know. It's just completely weird. And so, and the ultimate weapon of the funhouse is the building itself. It's the structure of the funhouse. It's so weird. It's weird.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to say frequently.
Oh, you never said that. I don't recall you saying that. Oh God.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Dang, she just went chill with that.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Nekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
None of us do.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Exactly.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You're drooling waterfalls?
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
No.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
All right.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this?
What the hey? What? Okay.
After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this?
After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
I have no clue.
No,
oh my
that's
god,
wrong.
I got that right. Oh! It's just weird because I was like, maybe he stepped in, someone's in there,
That
and...
sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed it, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Oh no.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
No. Alright, let's read all of them.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Oh no, not
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Oh no.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh my god.
If you arrange it a certain
Wait,
way,
that kind of would be good.
you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
I want to go to the pillar. No.
Crap!
Oh, wait.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
No, this tells me I'm gonna need that triangle thing.
Crap!
Oh look, I'm
If
dead.
you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence!
Don't. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor. How about we all shut up?
Silence!
Don't. What if I start...
We will never give up!
Alright, that was so weird. Excuse me. That was so weird. I mean, we can try.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Let's go, let's try anything right now. 100 mega shopping.
Crap!
I'm gonna pick a scale.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Oh, might not be the highlight things no more? Oh.
How about we all shut up?
Silence, pest!
Don't. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Oh my god.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop.
So you're telling to think about the arrangement?
That arrangement.
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
No, get out the way. Now.
I agree with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair!
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode.
That I knew.
Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
Okay. That I didn't know.
With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
Oh.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence!
Wow.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Boy, you don't...
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall. Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire,
I know, what am I doing?
how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
Oh,
Even if they suspended, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words!
Why didn't they finish this?
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Oh, he was freaked out and fall. Oh, yeah.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Yep.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
He was hit.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power. With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... yeah, it didn't open. It still didn't open. If you break up the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here forever. Oh, no.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
No.
Do you finally understand now?
We're trying to do. Oh God, that makes you
Yeah.
loose a little bit.
It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest.
Okay.
I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Oh my God.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Really?
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Jelly.
He gets off on this!
Yep.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
No, because where he was at is perfectly near the pillar.
I see!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Oh, that's how the pillar knocked over.
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
I don't think I could live with any of these
See,
people. What
I
about
told you the
Jackie?
pillar was the
She's
weapon.
the ultimate
My
gamer.
gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible.